David, how disappointing is it to end this game, given that you guys tied it up in the third and felt like there was...
Yeah, I was tight pretty much all series except the first game there. No, I'm proud of the guys. It's tough to kind of think too much right now about... You can't always look at plays, but I'm proud of the guys, how much they grew this year. And even from game to game, felt like we really had a chance to kind of push this to 7. And it's tough.
Is growth a good word to describe how this season went for the team and obviously for playoffs as well?
Yeah, and the crazy thing is it's not going to get easier next year. It's going to get harder to get back in the same position. I think if we asked the team over there, that's what they would tell you. So it's you make one step and then the next step is a little bit even harder to win one round, win 2 rounds, all that. So, but I'm proud of these guys, the way we worked all year to get better and put ourselves in this situation.
For so many of these guys in this room who made the playoffs for the first time, think back to the first time you made the playoffs. How did that help you grow into the future?
Yeah, it's everything. Finally, for a lot of them too, they can say they played, and no one can kind of doubt that they're good leaders and good players, and everybody seemed like they showed up at the right time of the year. They performed, it was awesome to play with them.
David, this group battled throughout the series. It was close the entire series. What does that say about how exciting the future is for the team?
No, exactly. It is really exciting. Every game was so tight. We could have won 4-2 ourselves, but right now it's tough. They play really well over there. We got to tip our cap to them too. All the pressure that they've had, and to come through, good for them. They play well too. We got to give them credit.
In the immediate aftermath, when you were on the ice, the crowd's chanting "Go Sens, go!" and when you're looking around, just what's going through your mind in a moment like that?
After the game?
Yeah.
Just kind of like we'll be back. You could feel the city really coming together and pulling for us and kind of coming alive too. It's I think that was the biggest thing, the coolest thing for all the guys in the room. The vibe in the city the last couple of weeks was incredible, and it just kind of shows you if we make a deeper run how crazy it can get.
David, it stings right now, but if you have a couple of days here to reflect, what will this group
it stings for everyone for sure, and I'm sure even more so for the guys. Kind of the first time around, you don't know how it's going to go when you lose and all that. The first handshake and everything. It's tough to see a lot of emotion, a lot of guys taking it hard, and I know again. All I can think about, other than how tough it was, is how proud also that we should be of the guys. And again, for all the doubts and everything, all those guys showed up at the right time.
When you signed here, you spoke about it earlier, but did you envision this moment to get this far?
Yeah, I was happy to help out a bit in that regard, and trying to get to a spot where you have a chance to make the playoff, and it really felt like this team was ready to do that after the last couple of years, the way they went. I felt like 2 years ago they were right there, sometime a little bit of a half step back, and we got to make sure, I know it's tough to look forward, but we got to make sure that we keep advancing next year, because like I said, I really believe it's not going to get easier.
David, Thomas l'autre fois nous disait, quand tu joues un match d'élimination, tu as l'impression que quand tu finis d'avoir tout donné, c'est l'impression que vous avez.
Oui, on a tout donné. Surtout, je pense qu'en troisième, on a sorti fort. On savait que ça pouvait être la dernière période, évidemment, si on perdait. C'est un sentiment incroyable d'avoir joué avec ces gars-là cette année. Je pense que tout le monde s'est amélioré beaucoup en tant que le groupe et individuellement, donc c'était super plaisant.
Comment les jeunes ont grandi? Comment tu as vu?
Bon, je pense que c'est assez évident. Juste le fait de jouer en série, d'aller chercher la première victoire, la deuxième. On était pas mal dos au mur, on était serré, puis on n'avait pas de marge de manœuvre pour perdre grand-chose, puis on a trouvé le moyen d'aller chercher 2 victoires. Donc je pense que les gars ils ont tous sorti fort au bon moment.
As-tu déjà marqué un but avec autant de bruit que celui-là? Tu vas-tu retenir?
Oui, je vais m'en rappeler, mais il y en a eu d'autres, mais je vais m'en rappeler, c'est sûr.
Tu le dis en anglais, tous les matchs étaient serrés, ça pourrait être de l'autre côté ce
soir,
que c'est 4-2.
Alors, c'est souvent, je pense, toutes les séries, tu regardes chaque match, autre que le premier match, je pense qu'on aurait pu toutes les gagner. Puis je suis pas mal sûr qu'ils sentent la même chose eux autres aussi. Donc, c'est de même, faut continuer à avancer.
Merci, David.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Brady, after just putting so much pressure on the Leafs, can you talk us through the feeling right now of just coming short in this game?
I mean, it's devastating. really believed, and yeah, it's a tough pill to swallow right now.
How proud are you of this group, the way they came back being down 3-0?
I'm really proud of this team. I'm really proud of every single guy in this room, everybody that even wasn't playing, staff, trainers, everybody in this organization. Yeah, I mean, I think it takes will, it takes guts. Didn't get the job done, but I think we're going to take these lessons and be that much better because of it. And just, I know it's tough to realize right now, but everything happens for a reason, and we'll be better because of it.
What lessons did you learn through your first playoff experience?
Well, I mean, just the character we have in this room, first and foremost. I knew it all along, but to battle back and even battle back in this game, and I mean, I don't know. It's tough to swallow, but at the end of the day, it's to see this city, see this fan base, and really wanted to do it for them. And I mean, they came out and did their job, and it's going to be a long couple months here, but I know myself and this rest of the group here, they're going to come with a lot of fire next year.
When they were chanting your name and then chanting "Go Sens Go" at the end of the game there and giving you guys a standing ovation for your season, how did that feel?
I mean, just to feel the support. It's been a long 8 years for them and to experience it, and honestly, I think they don't really realize the impact that it's made on me and this team, and just really wanted to do it for them, and they were absolutely amazing. And I know it sucks right now, but I really can't wait for what the future holds.
How much pressure did you sense on yourself in this group entering this game 6?
Honestly, we were playing with house money, and just knew what was, the reality of you lose, you go home, and we're going to battle and give absolutely everything that we had, and we did that, and just unfortunately wasn't good enough.
Brady, I know you've had some other tough losses this season. I think about the Four Nations. Why is this one different?
Just really believed that we could win, and just, I mean, I think it's just like the fans and the amount of energy that they had, and I wanted to keep feeling that, keep having that energy, that atmosphere, and do it for them. Know how big this series was for everybody, and not just our team, but for this whole city, and just disappointed that couldn't get the job done.
Does it sting a little too, knowing that if you got through this series, you get to play your brother in the next round?
Yeah, I mean, down the road that'll probably happen. So everything happens for a reason. So for the reasons we don't know, that wasn't meant to happen this year, but it can happen next year.
When you see the Pacioretty goal go in, what are you feeling in that moment? What do you think?
To be honest, it's a little deflating, but there's 6 minutes left to play, or 5, whatever it was, that I really believe that we're going to come back and win the game, and just tough.
You're going to have lots of time to reflect, but what are your initial thoughts about the end of this series and really from September on and the growth of this team?
Well, that's a big question. Well, first of all, I'm very proud of all the guys in this locker room, everybody in this organization, from the security guys to the management to equipment guys, cleaners. Everyone has really done a terrific job ever since day one, since I got here, and that's all I can base off. And I'm really proud. I'm really happy with the way that we have taken strides to become, a better, a more stable team that's, going hopefully for a long time going to always be up there and in battle for the playoffs and the Stanley Cup.
What are your feelings right now?
Yeah, it's a lot of sadness. Not no anger or anything. That's just sadness, emptiness in a way. When you put everything on the line and you say to yourself every day that, you know, I'm going to leave everything out there, and then you don't come out victorious or successful at the end, it's just gut-wrenching in a way, because it's kind of like a weight off your shoulder in a way, that there's now no more pressure or there's no more games. But at the same time, when you think about that, you get really sad because, yeah, there's no more hockey until September. So that's why I'm so sad now.
For so many of these guys in this room, you're key guys who made the playoffs for the first time. Think back to when you made the playoffs for the first time. How much did that help you moving forward now, knowing what it is, the level that you have to get to?
You know, it was very important for us to be able to get in. That was the first thing, and you learn a lot by being in the playoffs. Everybody can talk about it, everybody can have their own kind of thoughts about it, but once you actually are in it, that's when you get to feel the pulse right from the start. You understand how intense it is, how everybody put their body on the line, how much faster it goes, and how much more everybody wants to win. It's not like game 56 in September or in January or whatever, and you feel like you've lost 3 in a row or whatever. It's, you know, you always have to recharge, refocus. Doesn't matter if you're down 3-0 or if you're up 3-0.
What's going I was going to ask you, just, do you think your group in the series will learn fairly quickly what it took to achieve to win in playoff hockey?
Yeah, sort of. You know, there's possibly some things during the series that we'd like to have back. You know, I can only speak for myself basically, but at the same time, you know, we go out there game 1, they beat us fair and square 6-2, and then we go out there and push it to 3 overtimes. And we win the fourth one or the third one, and you know, you can make the assessment yourself if we figured it out. Well, sort of, but we also understood in a way how tight it is and what needs to be done for 60+ minutes. And it's not easy. You know, I've said it before, and that sometimes it comes down to lady luck, but you got to earn lady luck's favor.
Sometimes after a loss like this, as an athlete, you go to bed and you're replaying certain moments in your mind. Is there anything that you're going to be replaying?
I'll be replaying the how loud it was from the fans and the cheers and the support that we got after the when we thanked the crowd. That's what I'm gonna, you know, put my emphasis on. Like, whatever happened, but these sort of things is something that I'll try to remember for next season and bring with me.
What's going through your mind as the clock expires and your teammates are coming over at the Soy? I think Thomas Chabot might be the first guy to give you a hug. What's going through your mind as you're going through the line of your teammates and your
Devastation, sadness. Start crying right away because, like I said, when you leave it all on the line and you don't get it, you get really, and you're really invested in it. It's devastating in a way, and then you see everybody that you try to, or that you go to war with every day, and you feel that responsibility that if I made another save, or it's something that I always, you know, as a goaltender, you can't shy away from. It's just how it is. I'm always going to think that if I made one more save, then maybe we'll take it to overtime and win it there. But at the same time, we always going to win, and we're always going to lose as a team. It doesn't come down to individual mistakes or anything like that. That's something that I've learned, and something that will help me kind of digest this loss and this series now afterwards.
As you were shaking hands with the Leafs in the line, you and Stolarz had an extra moment. Can you share what you said to him?
Yeah, I called him a beauty and stuff like that. But no, we just said how fun it was every night battling. You know, we had some comments throughout the season, throughout the series as well. You know, we know each other, not know each other. We know how tough it is from our position. I mean, and he was great. You know, he battled his bottoms up the whole series, and it was a lot of fun playing against him. And that's what I wanted to tell him, that he did a great job, and hopefully he can keep it going. And good luck in the second round.
Thanks. So much tougher to swallow this pill. Just what are your immediate reaction in the aftermath?
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to be said. It's sad. It's disappointing. We, it was a tight series all along, and we believe in each other. We said it all along. We really thought we were bringing that back to Toronto, and it hurts. I mean, there's no other words.
When you think about this game specifically, is there an area you feel like you fell short tonight?
No, I mean, we played good hockey. We stuck to our game. We did what we wanted to do. Is it put a lot of pressure, spent a lot of time in their zone, a lot of pressure on their Ds, and we played good hockey. We found a way. The power play wasn't great, and DP found a way to find the back of the net to give us momentum. I mean, you can't be mad. I mean, it's playoffs. They got another chance, and they're a good team, and they don't miss many of those, unfortunately. And you learn the hard way, but yeah, it's just good learning experience, I think, for the whole group overall.
With that said, how much growth do you see that you've seen from September right until now?
Yeah, like I said, it's hard to put it into words at this moment, as you guys expect, but you know what? At the end of the day, as much as it stings right now and it sucks, it's a hell of a year by everybody, right from the get-go, from training camp. Every single guy in this room bought in to the plan, to the process, and we never stopped. We kept going and kept going all season, and there were some tough times, but we found ways to get out of them and be stronger as a team. And no one ever doubt us in this room as players within each other. We had a tight group. We learned a lot, and I think that's the main thing.
This series was so tight, pretty much every single game was neck and neck. What does that say about how exciting the future is for this group?
Yeah, that's positive of it. You're facing the best team in your division, which we arguably probably had one of the strongest division this year, and every game could have pretty much went either way. You know what? You just got to be. I'm just proud of this group. We every single night, whether it went our way or not, we showed up the next game. Down 3-0. A lot of teams could have just folded, and we stuck together and we went right back at them. And look, we came back home here. We thought for sure we were going to bring it back to Toronto in front of our fans. That's another story, but they've been amazing all year. They stayed behind us. They supported us all season, and they brought the energy in playoffs, so we thought for sure. So it's definitely disappointing right now.
You waited a long time to get to this point, and while the result isn't what you want, how special was it to just take part and experience playoff hockey?
Nah, it was unbelievable, to be honest. It was the fans, the everybody, the city, everyone. Get off the plane the other night from the airport. There's about 30, 40 people there waiting at whatever on a Tuesday night at 1 a.m. You don't get that anywhere else. I've said it all along, even in the tough years, we do have the best fans in the league, I believe. They're there. They've been there for all 8 years that I've been. They love the game. They love this team. They love the players that we have, and I think that's what hurts the most right now is we thought for sure coming back home we were going to pull it off for them in front of them. They brought the energy all night, and you know what? It hurts even at the end there. You just saw the support they still gave us, even though we lost. It means the world to myself, and I know to every single one of my teammates.
How did your experience in the playoffs match up to how you may have envisioned it over the years, particularly when you're not in the playoffs?
It was everything and more that I expected, and it was amazing. It was it's a big learning curve, I think, for our entire group. But you know what? It was the energy in the building, the way the games are played. Every little single play matters, and like I said, it's a good learning for our group. But you know what? I hate talking about next year right now, but we're gonna have to do it all over again. It's probably gonna be even harder next year. Got a bit of a target on us, I feel like. First time in playoffs, and we showed what we kind of can do. And but you know what? Right now, you just gotta hang around your teammates and be there for each other.
Tu me disais à Toronto, quand on joue un match d'élimination, il faut avoir l'impression d'avoir tout donné après ce match-là.
Ouais. Ouais, honnêtement, oui. On a tout laissé. On a tout laissé les 3 derniers matchs, les séries au complet. On a tout laissé. On perd 2 matchs en prolongation. Ça peut être de n'importe quel côté. Tout le monde a tout mis sur la table. Tout le monde a laissé. Fait que oui, c'est plate en ce moment, mais je pense qu'il n'y a pas personne qui retourne à la maison avec du regret.
Ça a été quoi le feeling d'enfin toucher aussi?
C'était extraordinaire. C'est tout ce que j'avais rêvé et encore plus. L'atmosphère, l'énergie, la façon que la game est jouée, ça te donne encore plus soin, je pense, pour la saison qui s'en vient. C'est extraordinaire. C'est le meilleur moment de l'année pour une raison, puis on l'a vécu à fond, c'est sûr.
Quelles étaient les leçons que vous avez apprises durant votre premier temps de série?
Je pense que c'est juste les petits détails de tous les matchs, comme j'ai dit tantôt. C'est chaque jeu est extrêmement important. Puis des fois, c'est difficile à apprendre. Tu apprends de la façon dure, malheureusement, mais je pense que ça fait partie du processus à développer ce qu'on veut aller vers l'avant. On sait ce qu'on a ici, on sait le groupe qu'on a, puis on sait vers où qu'on veut s'en aller. Puis c'est dommage, cette année, on a appris de la façon dure, mais je pense qu'il faut se revirer et être prêt pour l'année prochaine.
In your face, just what are you thinking right now?
Much like our players, disappointed. I guess that's the best way to say it. I thought our guys played much like the whole series. It was another good game. Could have gone either way. Came down to a couple plays here and there.
People will look back at this playoff series as a learning experience for most of your players who are in the playoffs for the first time. What are some things you hope they take away from their first experience in terms of actual lessons?
Well, they're going to take away a lot. What playoff hockey's like, how hard it is, how razor thin the margin is. Every shift, every battle matters. Attention to detail. But I'm proud of our group. Man, they played hard. That was about as close of a series as you're going to see, to be honest. I think most people would agree that series probably could have gone either way.
And what can you say about how your team showed resiliency after being down 3-0?
Yeah, again, proud of our team. It's when you haven't won, when you haven't played in the playoffs, you kind of got a fast track when you get there. And they held their head above water. They didn't get too down, much like the regular season when things weren't going their way. And they just stuck with it.
I know it's fresh, but what do you remember about this group from the start of training camp to tonight?
Man. Yeah, it's fresh. You're right. I don't know what I'll remember about it, to be honest, but they've taken a big step from the beginning of the year, from last season. But it's still, the coach in me it's still one step, and it's not easy to make the playoffs, and it gets even harder after you do.
What was your message to the team after, just getting into the room after the way they've played and losing?
Yeah, I mean, you're not usually prepared for what you're going to say after a loss like that in that manner. You battle back and they get a late goal. I was honest with them, like we have been all year. I told them I was very proud of them for the year they had. They've all come a long way. But in saying that, it's just one step. And as coaches, as an organization, we're going to push them to be better and continue to take more than one step.
Travis kind of mentioned this, but you must have been pleased with the way your team kind of fast-tracked its learning curve after Game 1.
Yeah, I was. And not surprising. They've been, I've sat up here a lot, many times this season, talked about how bad they want to win, but also how coachable they are. They're very coachable. They want to learn. They want to get better, and
I thought that was evident as far as them learning and wanting to win in the playoffs.
Thomas mentioned that he thinks your team will now have like a target on its back just because of how well you guys did. But for these guys to get a taste of the playoffs, how do you think that's going to influence just the gusto they come back with next season?
It will. I think it goes back to what I said. We've made a lot of strides from last year, but it's just part of the way. We're not here to just make the playoffs. Our goal is to win Stanley Cup, and making the playoffs and losing the first round is not the ultimate goal. And again, that's up to our team, our players, our coaches to keep pushing ourselves to be better. Not only, it's on the players, it's on the staff. Where we can improve, where the players can improve, and that's what it takes to win. You got to keep improving.
Travis, I wonder how much you can appreciate not just the foundation being built on the ice, but off the ice, and just how this city got behind this team.
Yeah, it was awesome. As disappointed as you are to lose for your players, you're disappointed for the fans too. Just to see the building, all 3 games, but tonight was great, and you'd like to have won this series just for the city to see more playoff hockey.
Fans in Ottawa and fans across the hockey world were waiting for Brady Tkachuk to get his first taste of postseason action.
Yeah.
From your vantage point, how do you think he handled that experience?
Yeah, excellent. He's a great player in the league. He wants to win badly. You talk about a team that wants to win and wants to get better. When your captain is at the top of the list when wanting to win and wanting to improve, it's not like he doesn't just want to win. He wants to be a better player too, and he's very coachable that way. And when your captain has that approach, it makes it easier throughout your lineup.
What did you think of Brady kind of playing to the crowd after Game 4, where he's pointing at the crowd, he's saying, like, we're bringing it back here.
Yeah.
And when he's talking to us, he's saying it's going to take the entire city
Yeah.
to get behind. He's clearly playing to the fans. What did you think of that?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think he's playing anything. I think he's just being himself. He's a passionate guy. He loves winning. I think it's the opposite, to be honest. It's not a play with him. He truly wants to win and wants the city to win and wants the city to feel good about the hockey team, and you couldn't ask for anything more.